call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the Rose Bowl, home to the UCLA Bruins. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on a team from the Big 12, the UCLA Bruins. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The ball's ready to get this thing started and open the season. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Makes a move. He's on the loose. And there he goes. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, UCLA.
People still fill in the stands, and he takes the opening kickoff back to the house to fire up the crowd, fire up his teammates. What a start for this young man.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Well, I'd say that's quite a way to make an early statement. Take the opening kickoff and run it all the way back for a touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Out of the end zone. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They're going to test the right side with this one. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Guys, let's talk a little bit about Tennessee. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They're working that left side. Tackle is made at the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up a 4th down. The Vols will call on their punt team. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He'll take it on the return. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Interception. Got room on the return. They finally get him down, but a huge return. Not only do they get the ball back, but man, did they set up some field position.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph.
Going for the goal line, and he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page.
Oh, there's an alley to the left. Touchdown, Bruin. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running, I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14. He'll take the deep shot. It's picked off. Don't see that very often from this Heisman Trophy candidate. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
From the gun, to give, looking for room. Open space at the 25. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, UCLA!
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, showing some glimpses of why they can become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. What a way to send a message. Huge play in the running game. One snap, and you've got a touchdown on the board. Looks like he's going to bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. So here is the Tennessee offense. Quickly trailing by 2 touchdowns, down 21-7, and really important to get something out of this drive. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. You just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
Bringing the heat. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Snags it down the right side. Lots of room to run. You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver. They can do that. They can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
Touchdown, Volunteers! Great job by the back on the option.
And you got to be so disciplined when you play the option. You got to keep your eyes on your guy. They lost track of the pitch, man. The quarterback pitches it to him. He takes it in the house. Got to be a little bit more sound on defense.
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Boy, both team's doing some early work, and now they'll try to add to this 21-14 lead. To the air on first down. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. He had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Making side adjustments here. Looking downfield on first down. Pocket breaking down. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
Finally, a defense. Looks like they're able to break serve here. These offenses have been up and down the field now, these last two drives apiece, scoring points. But the sack right there finally puts an end to that, we think. Setting up fourth down, and that might be a major play so far in this game to give them a lot of momentum moving forward.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing.
Caught over the middle. It's Prince. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
He's going for a big play downfield. He caught it, and he will score. Touchdown, Bruins.
It's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His second receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he's not going to take the touchback. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Looking to throw, it's Jean-Pierre. Gets it out fast.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Man, that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design play and it's a design run like here, fine. But then it's scramble plays and then it's passing plays. He's always a runner, just exhausting.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good game, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way.
There he goes. The 30, at the 20. Touchdown ball. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that, and he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. They make the stop, but not before he wraps up this first period with a huge gain. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? From the gun, the ground game. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
That's a nice looking run. That reminds me of Jonathan Franklin, Maurice Jones-Drew, Zach Charbonnet. In recent years, they've had a lot of ability at the running back position. How about this name, though? Little known fact. The great Jackie Robinson also played running back for UCLA, and you know he's smiling down from heaven watching that last carry.
And that one's incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Misfired on the last play, they'll go back to the air. Fighting off the defender. Good pickup, but a little bit short of the sticks.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And the defense was all over it. They know third down, the quarterback could be a viable threat in the run game. Played physical, played close to the line of scrimmage, made the big stop.
Catches it at the 15. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with a turnover. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And you will always remember your first, and how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
He wants to change this route. They'll start this drive going to the air. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Takes it the other way. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Their defense came up with a big stop now to see if they can turn it into points. There to stop him after a pickup of one to the 22.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And the defense has to be careful. When you've got receivers with the speed that guy has, you really need to play with good eye discipline and know where the ball is at all times. Because if he outflanks you, he can take it to the distance.
This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. A designed run for the quarterback. They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense. Off the RPO, throw to the right, looking for the first. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee! Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
And that's his second receiving touchdown of the game. My man is just finding pay dirt. I'll tell you what, these are the kind of guys that you continue to feature throughout a game when he can do this kind of damage after he catches the football.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Prince. This guy is so dangerous. He excellent vision to find the lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Unloads to the wideout. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. He'll always remember this moment.
Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. Man, he was back there and in the quarterback's face before the Bruin faithful could finish an 8-clap.
I mean, just getting off the ball so quick, penetrating. When you got defensive linemen that can get upfield, rush the quarterback, every Bruins fan will be jacked up.
These corners backing off a bit. Got a man. It's Ali. Snowed under by the defense.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet. And the Volunteers will line it up on 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. He breaks a tackle. He's up to 86 yards on the ground, and he wanted to make a first impression, and he's doing that in this opening game. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Leaves it with the back. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. It didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes second down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it, still in a great position. Way to stay ahead of the chains.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Volunteers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Marshall is down right now, but you simply can't rule out a comeback. Randy Moss had a hand in getting this kid to Huntington, so if he thinks the magic is there, who am I to disagree? They're trailing by 10 to Sam Houston. Sunbelt, Funbelt. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the Rose Bowl, home to the UCLA Bruins. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on a team from the Big 12, the UCLA Bruins. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Volunteers will get this season underway as toe meets leather. And he takes this from inside the 5. He gets a block. Dynamic on kick returns, and that one puts his offense in business. From the gun, the running back has it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Guys, let's take a minute here and think about UCLA. Their offseason, just what they were looking for. Top 10 recruiting class. Now they've got to figure out how to best use that talent, Jesse.
Well, not just difference makers in this top 10 class, but they've got some guys that they think can be key contributors both on offense and defense. And in this first game, you know they've got to be excited.
Yeah, and they're probably nervous too, right? Like first big-time stage, big-time moment. A lot of young talent. Let's see how they start their career off.
They'll try to pick up this third down and keep the drive moving close to midfield. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. What a nice job finding the back on the angle route. That's a tough thing to cover.
And I love the matchup for this quarterback. He knew there on third down. He had the one-on-one with his running back and that defender. Nice job on the route, crossing the defender's face. Easy completion. The drive stays alive.
He's got him. On the move at the 30. He goes out of bounds across the 25, marking at the 24 in this defense. His head is spinning. And the Bruins are on the move. Wants to go up top on first down. It's incomplete, and that also might be what is called a learning experience, and one this freshman got away with. You always want to give your big-time players a chance. That might have been too much of a chance to give right there.
And I know I'll give you a chance when it's one-on-one, but not two-on-one. You got to see that, got to understand that they're trying to take away this guy. There's a reason they're trying to take him away. What else can I do now to take advantage of that defense?
Out of the gun, the running back has it. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Throws to the wideout. Makes a connection. Right on the money with that throw. The defense was there, but they are in the red zone with a first down at the 12. The Bruins come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to fire. Gets it out quickly. Touchdown, UCLA! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. They looked like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
On the move from inside his 5. Slips through the line. They bring him down, but not before a really good return sets up this offense in solid field position. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Off the play fake on first down. Taking a shot on the first play. Pulls it in down the sideline. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown ball!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, Dave. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Looking to throw on first down. It's on target and complete. He makes it up to the 20-yard line before going out of bounds.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage and predictable situations.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a fourth down. And the Bruins will line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. So here is the Tennessee offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.